Okay, we are going to be playing the first hunt, which is my design for the Token Terrors Elves faction. This is a solo game that will be getting packaged with the Token Terror Elf minis. So I'm excited to take you through it. We have complete art by John DeCampos here, and I am like super psyched about it. And hopefully I do a good showing for you. So just going to take you through how to play this really quickly. So as you start out, you can see everything's kind of set up here. This is our bag of animal tokens, and so first thing you do is you randomize that, and then you pull them out and you set them face down everywhere where there is a tree. And so there's going to So in this game, you are a young elf, probably 200 years old, and you are trying to prove your skill in archery through this hunting exercise. And so these are the elders back here. They're going to be pushing prey out towards you, and you're going to be using your skills, picking your shots, and trying to take out bucks and boars without hitting does and without letting the big game escape. So here we go. So the way each round works is the first thing you do is you can place either 2 arrows in a straight 2 spaces or diagonal 2 spaces, right? And so you can also go to the sides there. Or you can place just 1 concentration shot, which gives you a +1 to your rolls when you do roll anywhere on the map. And so the way I'm going to play this is I already played this game many times. I know how the movement works, so I know if this is a boar or that is a boar, I could get lucky here and hit something right there, which would be a really nice start. So I'm going to take a chance and see what happens. So here we go. Flipping the first 2 tokens. Not a boar, but I'll be safe. Okay. Right. So the token, you pick your shot, tokens are revealed, and then you move each of these based on the chevrons, the number, and direction that they show. You can see this just killer art by John here. And so this one would move 1 down. And then what happens with animals that move diagonal, 2 spaces, right? So 1, and when you hit the edge, you move 90 degrees in the other direction. 2, if you would land on another animal or a forest token, you just keep moving until you hit an open space. So you can see how quickly things happen. And then the last thing is the cleanup phase. Elves, the row of elders back here moves up 1 space. Again, TTS running a little slow for me, blah, blah, blah. And you clear any arrow tokens. And then you pick your next shots. Okay. So I know this guy is going to bounce off this wall and go 1, 2, right? So, not that things couldn't screw it up, but I think this is a pretty good shot. If an animal ends its turn on your arrow, you bag it automatically. You kill it, nothing to it. If it starts its movement on your arrow or it moves through your arrow during its turn, you may roll a die to try to hit it. Take what's called a skill shot, and 3 or higher is a kill. 2 or a 1, it's a miss. And also there is dodging in this game, which I may get to show you later, or we'll bring it up. So I'm going to put 1 arrow there because I think that's a good kill. And I am also thinking that, let's see, anything else big that can happen. If this were a buck, it would still probably not be worth it. Well, I'm going to put it here, and I think this will work out okay. All right, here we go. So flipping all unflipped tokens. And again, starting with the back row, going from left to right. This one is going to go 1 space, but again, it hops over anything that would be in the way, so come all the way down here. So I flip them after I move them, so I don't move them again when I get to the row. 2. A lot of does in this row. And then 3, this one's going to go all the way to the corner. Again, there's a guy here, so he's going to turn 90 degrees. And terrible luck, it lands on my arrow, which means I have bagged a doe, and that is going to be a -1 point to my score. So that can happen when you take a chance. I didn't have to place both arrows. Maybe I shouldn't have. And then lastly, this guy is going to turn, because he would hit the wall, and go 1, 2, and land on my arrow, and I bag a buck, which is a good thing. And the arrow goes away. When you hit, Your arrow goes away if you miss, but it stays there, which could be a good or a bad thing, as you've kind of seen. Okay, so we flip back over. Oh, right, and this one would have moved as well. Okay, everybody's flipped back over. Elf line. Good God. Moves up. And I am picking my shots. Right now, I just have does out. So not really the best situation. But again, if it's a boar, 1, 2, 3, this is the only space a boar could end up, I think. If it went here, it would push the deer, and then I would be in trouble. But let's try this. So we're going to get in position. So here, so that's a 2 diagonal right there, right? And then take a chance with this one too. Okay, let's see what happens. Flipping these. Buck, buck, buck. Boar. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, this did not work out well for me at all. This game is a bit of gambling and a bit of deduction. Okay, so first one goes 1, 2. Nothing happens there. This guy bounces off the corner, comes over here, turns 90 degrees. Again, I'm just going to flip him to show that I've moved him. This guy's going to hit here, bounce, 90 degrees, coming this way, flip him. Now the boar is going to come. So when a boar goes through another animal, instead of going over them, it automatically triggers that movement. So he's going to go 1. When he goes 2, he's going to hit this doe, who's going to turn and hit my arrow. So 2 does that I bagged. I swear this only happens when I demonstrate for people. 3 and lands there. Flip. And then lastly, this doe comes forward 1 space. That arrow missed entirely. Everything comes back over. So far, I haven't let any scores by, but I've also gotten -2. So I could yet salvage a pretty good turn here. So, okay. $3 and a boar out, and I've only got 2 arrows. So I definitely want to bag this boar. So I think what I'm going to do, here's what I think is going to happen. If that's... Well, I know there's only 1 down buck, so that's going to probably be sideways. Okay. I've also, this elf over here is a reroll token, so I'm going to get 2 chances at this boar, and I could make it 3 if I wanted to put a second arrow in that range, but I think instead I am going to try to... Actually, no, I am going to do that because this other boar is going to land there, so I'm going to try to get both these guys in this situation. But let's see what happens. Okay, revealing the last line. Oof. Okay, so here's the other boar. So we know when he moves here, he's going to move this guy, which makes him go 1, 2. 1, 2. And then he's going to hit him again and move him right off the map, which doesn't make me happy, but that's fine. All right. Doe goes here. Buck goes 1, 2. This buck goes 1. Whoops. Come on. 1, 2, lands on one of my arrows, goes to my score pile. This guy goes 1, bounces, lands right here. Doe bounces, changes directions, goes here. Boar. Oh, man, TTS is really slow. I wanted to flip her. There we go. Moves on to my arrow, so I get to take my first skill shot roll. Okay. So I take a roll, 3 or higher, bagged him. Okay. The boars are worth 4 points, bucks are worth 2, does are -1 if you accidentally hit them like you've witnessed me do. And then last one is going to jump right over and off the screen. That's okay. All right. The elders now have nothing left to drive out. It's just a matter of how much I can kill before the last boar leaves play. So let's see what can happen. So first, that was weird. Right. So I could just shoot at both these guys right here. So here's the problem. This guy is going to bounce right into my space here. So I'm actually going to take my chances right here. And I'm going to try to shoot at the boar right as they move. and this buck right as he moves, and we'll see what happens. Okay, top to bottom, left to right. This one bounces, turns 90 degrees. Done. This one, crap, bounces. Oh no, that's right, but it would. Did I do this right? Yeah. Changes, but actually because there's animals under these tokens, she would keep going right off the stage. I thought I was about to bag another doe, but that's not the way it works. There are animals. You're allowed to place your arrow on the same spot, but they still act as animals. Okay. Next, this guy is going to go 1, 2, but he's not off yet. I'm going to get one more shot at him. Okay, and that leaves next. We've got the boar. Okay, 3 or higher. And I've still got 1 reroll left. Nice. Bagged him. And then this guy over here. 3 or higher. That's the time to spend my 1 reroll token. Yes. Okay. The arrow goes off, and that is it for that. And I've got 1 more round. So I am going to obviously go ahead and place my concentration shot here so that I get a +1 to my roll and hopefully get that last buck. Again, when you place that, that's the only play you can make for it. So the doe is going to move 1 space, and then I'm going to get to roll out this buck. 1 is the only thing that can miss. Hey, I didn't even need it. Okay. I scored it. And that's the end. Before I do the score, I'll quickly explain. Were I ever in a situation where an animal's movement would hit me, you can flip one of your active any arrow token that's out there, not the concentration shot, but the arrow tokens, and do a dodge, which allows you to move your character, and then, presumably be able to still make another shot. If you are unable to dodge because the space is blocked, or you're out of arrows when they hit you, that's just kind of the end of the round for you. The animals finish their movement, but your arrows are removed from the stage. So that's how you play. My score this time, so 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, minus 2 is 14. And you can see at the end of the game with the scores. Oh, come on, thing. There we go. 14 is 12 to 14. Congratulations. You may call yourself an Elven Archer. Woo! Just short of 15 to 17 Elite, and perfect score is 18. I've never done it. I hope you can. Thanks for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions. Always looking for playtesters, and thanks for checking it out.